Train games. There's a lot of train games, and a lot of train games are quite serious. There's the 18XX series, Railways of the World, and so on and so forth in a fashion where if you want to get your serious railway groove on, then you can, and I don't blame you. However, whilst we have Ticket to Ride, being a more sort of lightweight, friendly train game, nothing is quite as friendly as Ivor the Engine. He's the friendliest engine in all of Wales, I think. Well, I've not met a friendlier engine, and if you don't know who Ivor the Engine is, then you're either very young, congratulations, or you've lived in a cave all your life. And if you lived in a cave all your life and you finally find YouTube and then you find my video, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. But keep watching, because my face will go soon and we'll look at the board thing. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's have a look at Ivor the Engine. Ivor the Engine is a British children's TV show from the 1980s by Oliver Postgate and Peter Fairman's Small Films Company. It was all about a small green locomotive who lived in the top left-hand corner of Wales, where I've just been on holiday, so fancy that. Anyway, so this was a kind of friendly, light-hearted thing where Ivor would get into all kinds of scrapes. You know, he'd get stuck in snow, there'd be a sleeping dragon on the line, he'd have to deliver the postman, and so on and so forth. You know, that kind of thing, kind of what you get from kids' programs. Anyway, Tony Boydell and Surprise Stir Games have made this. That's Ivor the Engine, the board game, which contains sheep. Who'd have thought it? In this game, what you'll do is you'll randomly set up sheep all around the board at various locations in the TV series, sort of the Grumbly Gasworks, Grumbly Town, Ivor's Shed, that kind of thing. Then you put the sheep on the board, and then sort of starting with the youngest player, you'll get a go at putting your little truck out, which you'll put on one of the hexagons. Then you get a sort of hand of cards, and they'll either be sort of job cards or event cards. Job cards, when you're in your hand, at the top of the card will have art, and there is actually some new art in this game by Peter Fairman, the sort of original artist, so that's nice, and all the other art is taken from the TV series. So again, it's atmospheric, and even for those too young or didn't even watch Ivor the Engine when they were young, the art is wonderful to look at the game. Anyway, so at the top of each of these cards is the job, and that'll have a location. And if the location is empty of sheep, then you will get to put a... Sorry, you won't get to. You can then put that job card down and play it if you're at that location. And if you have more than one, you can play more than one. That means that you'll then get the number of sheep listed on the card, and these go into your sheep pen, and each person at the start has got a sheep pen. It's where you store your sheep. It also helps you, to figure out the game, because although the game is very simple, and it's sort of aimed at families and children, it does have a step process. First you'll take sheep, then you can move if you want, and then you can do a job where you are if you have a job card for that location and there are no sheep at the location. So, but the bottom part of each card has a text, and that can be discarded to activate that ability. So you could, for example, take 1 gold or give somebody the runaway sheep token, for example. The final sort of type of cards is events. Now when they come out at the row at the top, then they're triggered straight away. So it might say pay a sheep or move your truck back to Ivor's shed, for example. Or it might be beneficial. It might say everybody that's not got gold takes a gold. Gold and coal are the only 2 resources in this game. Gold is 1 point at the end of the game, but you can also turn 1 gold into 2 coal at any time. And the reason you might want coal is because you can only move your truck 1 spot. So 1 spot on the map where the branch line runs. So Ivor's trucks have to kind of follow the branch line. You can't just go zipping off. And the hexagons are marked so you can see where you move. But coal lets you move an additional space for each coal that you spend. Now, you can't stop on somebody else, so sometimes if they're blocking your only way out, you might have to spend coal, for example. But that's what it's there for. And the cards also let you, some cards, that is, the ability at the bottom will let you move extra spaces instead. Like, for example, the post office one will say move 4 spaces, for example. So you could discard that card to move 4 spaces. If an event at the end of the turn is in the card row at the top, there's a row of 4 cards that refreshes, because when you played your cards, you'll draw 1 back up. If there's an event in there that's activated, but when it comes to your turn to buy, to take a card, you can buy the event card with 1 gold and then take that as your card choice. Now the reason you might want to do this is the fact that that'll give you bonuses at the end. So it'll say like +2 sheep for each job in Grumbly Gasworks. So that's scored at the end. Scoring is very simple. When any player gets to 25 sheep or 20 or whatever the metric is, depending on the number of players, then you have another go, so everybody's had the same number of turns except the person that went. And then, so it goes round to the start player. So if it was the last player that went, then it'd end. But if it was a start player, he'd go round again, for example. So everybody's had the same number of turns. Then you count up the sheep you've got. You count up any of your bonus sheep you get. And that's it. You score on the number of sheep, plus points for the number of gold. The person with the most sheep is the winner. That's Ivor the Engine in a nutshell. So there you go. That's Ivor the Engine from Surprise Stir Games and Tony Boardell, who I happened to meet at the UK Games Expo just this weekend gone, which was nice because he recognised me from my video of his game Snowdonia, which I'm also a big fan of. This is obviously a lot lighter than Snowdonia, but it is enjoyable by both families and gamers. I played it at a games group last night and it went down very, very well, which is a good sign. I'm looking forward to hopefully playing it with my family soon, but I think they should like it. It's fairly simple and they like Ticket to Ride and the like. So well done to Surprise Stir Games for another great game, and I look forward to what they've got planned in the pipeline for the future. So yeah, if you've got a family, you like games, or you've got a game group that likes lightweight, amusing games that have lovely art, a nice, easy design, simple to play, then I suggest you get this. It's also surprisingly affordable. It's not an expensive game, so that's another plus. Anyway, I'm gushing and I'm going to need a drink, because otherwise I'll end up with a sore throat because I've been talking for a while, and you probably want to go back to your cave, and you definitely don't want to see this mush on your computer screen anymore. So bye for now, and stay tuned for more real soon now.